In an NBA season unlike any other, only 2 teams remain. The 2020 NBA Finals are here.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Clutch Talk podcast /YouTube/ We Do It All. And today we got a real special guest in the house, man. We got my guy Jaylin up here with me, man. Jaylin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
Man, Jaylin, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man. Tell them who you are, a little bit about yourself, man.
My name is Jaylin. I'm from Oakland, California. I'm in my last year at SF State. That's how we met. Yeah. And I'm just here to talk hoop. I'm a hooper as well, and I'm just ready to get this started, man.
Man, let's do this, man. So today, y'all, what we got in store is the full finals recap. We're going to go through each game, talk a little bit about some major keys and what happened, where each team messed up, who played well, who played bad, and that's it, man. We're just going to have some fun with it. You ready?
I'm ready, man.
All right, so let's hop straight into this, man. So, Jaylin, talk to me about Game 1, man. How you feel about that game?
Game 1, man, I feel like Game 1 was like the game where we like saw Jimmy Butler, you feel me, like come into his own. And like, you feel me, like we see what he's capable of. We see what he needs to do. I feel like in Game 1, he didn't really show his true potential. Like in Game 4 or in Game 4 when he had 40 points.
Man,
you feel me?
A 40-point
40 ball, man. That's some crazy stuff.
That is crazy.
You feel me? But yeah.
For Game 1, I really thought the Lakers were going to lose Game 1. I'll be honest with you, only because the LeBron always seems to drop the first game so he could figure the team out. Yeah. But LeBron had figured them out by the first quarter. By the first quarter, he had figured them out. And I feel like something that I noticed is it wasn't even the fact that LeBron put up 25 points and AD put up 34 points. Yeah. I feel like the biggest reason that he lost was because Duncan Robinson, a 44% shooter from the three. He played 27 minutes, had 0 points, and went 0 for 3 from the 3-point line. I feel like that is absolutely terrible.
That is terrible, especially like a shooter of his pedigree.
Exactly.
Like he's one of the best shooters in the league. He came out of nowhere this year, popped up out of nowhere, like in the bubble, and he earned his starting role.
Exactly.
And I feel like he should have showed more of what he could do in Game 1, but I guess it's all a process. Cause, like in other games, he did really good in other games. But he learned for sure.
He learned, and I think that if the Heat are gonna win, which I mean now we know that they didn't. If they were gonna win, he has to play. They have to shoot low because that's the Lakers' downfall, shooting, and that's the Heat's. That's where the Heat strive at is shooting. So both Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero shoots 40% from 3. That game he shot 32% and went 2 for 10 from the 3-point line, which is absolutely terrible. The Heat as a team shot 32% from the 3-point line, and the Lakers shot 40.
40, man. The Lakers were doing really good even on the offense and defensive side. One thing I want to touch on is Goran Dragic, that injury in Game 1.
Man, that hurt him.
That hurt him. But I feel like it was a good thing for Tyler Hero, though. Like he was able to but he got into the role as a starter. And he started putting up all the numbers that we see. That, 17 points, 21 points, 15 points. He was really consistent the whole finals, but I guess that wasn't enough for them to clinch the finals. But do you feel like if Goran Dragic stayed, then that would make a big difference?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that Lakers team was just too much for that Heat team.
It was way too much.
It was just too much with LeBron and AD. Like LeBron James, 6'8", 260. Bam Adebayo. That's the Lakers point guard. Now you take Bam Adebayo, the Heat's center. He is 6'8", 230. He's not even close to as big as LeBron.
Man.
As the Lakers point guard is bigger than the Heat's center, man. So when I noticed that, I was like, it might be over.
It might be over, man.
It might be over.
Like, who is really going to guard LeBron? You have so many threats on the Lakers court. You have AD, you have KCP. He's a pretty good threat. You have a good role player at Rondo. They have a good full team that is going to play hard. I like that. That's how they won, I think.
Exactly. And they couldn't focus too much on AD because then LeBron would take over.
Take over.
You can't focus too much on LeBron And then
exactly, and then guess what? Kuzma gonna go off, maybe a game or two.
Exactly,
he's gonna do his thing.
And then what really hurt him as well was KCP and Danny Green hit a couple of big threes in the game, and that really forced the Heat to have to get out on the shooters, and leave AD open.
And AD can do it all.
Yeah, that's barbecue chicken. That's barbecue chicken. That's barbecue chicken if he's something in there.
Man.
So let me ask you a question, Jaylin.
What's up?
Who do you think was to blame for the Heat's Game 1 loss?
Who was to blame? I don't think it was really anybody to blame. I think it was like a really big team effort. Like there was, so many things that went wrong in the game. Like Dragic got hurt. When he get hurt, like in the third quarter, second quarter?
In the second quarter.
In the second quarte. And I feel like if he would have at least gone like the fourth quarter or something, they could have helped him. He could have helped them, like a good amount, because he's a very
he was leading their team in scoring at the point.
Exactly, yeah, and he's just a good overall player. Like I love his game, like the Euro game, just like the slow and steady, but it has all these different moves and fakes, that can do everything. It's just really interesting to watch him play, and he for sure would have made a difference.
Yeah, for sure would have made a difference. All right, so let's move on to Game 2. The Game 2, the Lakers took one Game 2, 124 to 114.
Yeah.
Talk to me how you feel about that game, John.
Oh, man, I love that game because LeBron and AD both went off for 30 balls, man.
Oh, man.
And LeBron almost had another triple-double. Who could stop this man, LeBron, for real?
Are you
a LeBron fan?
I absolutely love LeBron James. Okay. That is my guy.
Okay, all right, for sure. I'm a LeBron fan, too. LeBron is my guy. LeBron went off every game. 28, 30, 40. Man, like, come on now, man.
Come on. That was insane. I personally think that LeBron James, this final series, surpassed Michael Jordan and everybody else, because playing at this level at 35 years old.
17 seasons in the league.
17 seasons in the league.
Man is not slowing down.
This is insane.
He's not slowing down.
When Kobe Bryant was R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant. I absolutely love Kobe Bryant, but when Kobe Bryant was 35, he was not doing what LeBron at the same winning efficiency that LeBron James is doing at. And MJ, exactly. MJ didn't even play till 17th season. He didn't even play till 17th season. Man, but something I did want to touch on for the Heat was that I feel like, believe it or not, this might be a hot take.
What's up?
I think that the Heat might be better without Bam Adebayo in that lineup and Kelly Olynyk.
You think so?
Playing the Lakers only because Kelly Olynyk is a better shooter than Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
In Game 2, Kelly Olynyk put 24 points, 9 rebounds, and shot 43% from deep. Bam Adebayo would never shoot 43% from deep.
Never, yeah.
That allows the Heat to be able to stretch the floor, and that's what they need to do against the Lakers. They have to hit.
First, you have to look at the perks of having Bam Adebayo on your team. Like what is he good at? He's a good defensive presence. He's gonna work hard for you on the board, on the down low. But he isn't that much of a scoring threat yet. He is still young. He's in his third year, second year. He's in his third year in the league, and he's gonna blossom. He was an all-star this year. He's given some time. I think next year they're gonna have a very solid team. They're gonna for sure make the playoffs again. But
they're gonna be scary on the come up.
They're gonna be scary on the come up
because they're young. Tyler Hero's 20.
20, bro.
20.
I'm 21. He's younger than us, bro.
I know.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And he's playing against goats.
He's playing against LeGoat James.
LeGoat James. The brow.
Exactly.
Man,
Baby goat.
Baby goat on the come up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something else I wanted to point out for Game 2.
Yeah.
Duncan Robinson again had a terrible game. He had 9 points, shot 28% from 3. Tyler Hero shot 30% from 3. And again, if the Heat want to win, especially those two players, have to shoot well.
They have to
that
shoot well.
Hurt them very much.
Because they're the two shooters, Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. Tyler Hero had a good, he's still 20 years old. Like, he's still learning the game. He had 17 points. That was, that's like his average to all the games. He did what he's expected to do, and his role is gonna really, appreciate. It's gonna blossom from here. His experience he got. That's what he really needed.
That was impressive. Something else I wanted to touch on was Jimmy Butler. The fact that he had 25 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists, and what really impressed me is that he went 12 for 12 from the free throw line. Did not miss one free throw all game. He was I knew that Heat weren't gonna win, but I have to tip my hat off to Jimmy.
You have to.
Jimmy was hustling that whole series, man.
He gave it all to he gave it all to his team. He put it all on the court. He didn't. Like after Game 4, we all saw him, just dying on the actual court after the game. You have to give all the respect to him. But when are we gonna put respect on my man LeBron's name, bro? Like
Rob want his respect. The Lakers want their respect, and I want my damn respect.
I want my respect ASAP. Man, like no Rocky.
But I feel like the real story of Game 2 was Anthony Davis. Man.
Yeah,
his stat line was insane. 32 points, 75% from the field, 14 rebounds, 100% from the three.
Yeah.
LeBron James, 33 points, 9 assists, shoot 56% from the field and 38% from deep. What's crazy to me was that people were bashing LeBron that game, saying he had a bad game. The man almost had a triple-double.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make any sense. They're just haters.
That's haters.
But let me bring up Danny Green. He went 1 for 8 from the field.
Why are we paying this man?
Why are we paying him $30 million? Like, come on now, man. Like,
why are we paying him $30 million?
That doesn't make sense to me.
Man,
it really doesn't make sense. 1 for 8, and he only shoots 3-pointers. If Danny Green wants to get better, he needs more dimensions to his game.
Way more dimensions. I don't know. On the Raptors, he was a great player. Just
he
last
was a
year.
great player. Yeah, he was a
great player. What happened to him? What happened?
Now he's just a one-way player, defense only. Because
he might not even be a one-way player.
Yeah, for real. For real though.
All right. That's what's up. So we got moving on to the third game. Talk to me. That game hurt my soul. That game hurt me.
Yeah, that one hate the.
Talk to me how you felt about Game 3.
Well, the Heat won, but Jimmy Butler, triple-double. 40 points, 13 assists, 11 rebounds.
Come on.
And, Hero, again, I love Hero so much. Just because he's so young and he's has so much potential. He had 17 points again. Kelly Olynyk had 17 points as well. Coming off the bench. And, like, your point, what you said, Bam, or Kelly Olynyk is going to be better, like in the long run. Well, not in the long run, but, just like right now.
Yeah. For
the Heat, because he is a 3-point presence and he can shoot the ball. He can stretch the floor out. What do you think about it?
Man, I think that the Lakers just pooped the bed, man.
They had 10 turnovers in the first quarter.
Anthony Davis had 15 points the whole game. Got in early foul trouble. Had four fouls. Man, Anthony Davis was the best center on that court.
Yeah,
he was the best center in the league.
In the league,
and he only had 5 rebounds that game.
5
Come
rebounds.
On,
That is disappointing.
That's disappointing. LeBron James, this is going to hurt my soul to say because LeBron's my guy. LeBron James had 8 turnovers, y'all. 8. Of course, he had 25 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Still almost had a triple-double, but he had 8 turnovers.
He had 8 turnovers. That turnover assist ratio is not that good. It's just the one. I don't like that. He plays the point guard too.
That can't be happening.
That can't be happening.
He shot an ugly 20% from the 3-point line.
Oh my gosh.
And then Danny Green, 0 for 4 from the 3-point line.
Man, so you telling me game 2, 1 for 8, game 3.
Oh my God, 0 for 4.
0 for 4. This just wasn't the good. It wasn't Lakers' day.
It was not.
It was not the Lakers' day. What do you think about the Heat playing zone the whole time?
Man, I think that's what really messed the Lakers up.
Yeah.
And something else that I really wanted to touch on was the fact that no hate to Kyle Kuzma and Morris, but if Kyle Kuzma and Morris have more points than Anthony Davis,
there's something wrong.
They both had 19 points. And Anthony Davis had 15 points. There is something wrong.
There's something wrong with that.
There is something wrong.
Kudos to them for having 19 points. They deserved it, but AD, you have to step up.
That can't be happening.
You have to step up. If you wanted to be the Finals MVP, like you predicted that you were going to be, you have to put up more than 15 points.
Man.
After that game, LeBron secured his spot as the Finals MVP. Most definitely.
I definitely agree. Also wanted to, like how you mentioned the Jimmy Butler's 40-point triple-double.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention one thing. The man hit a 40-point triple-double without hitting 1 3.
1 3? I didn't even read that.
He didn't even hit 1 3.
I did not read that.
He didn't shoot 1 3. That is insane. Jimmy Butler joined a very elite list of LeBron James and Jerry West, the only 3 players to score a 40-point triple-double in the NBA Finals. But Jimmy Butler is the only player to do that and win.
That's mad respect to Jimmy Butler.
Mad respect to Jimmy Butler, man.
He should be maxed out? What do you think so?
Oh, most definitely he should be maxed out by the Heat. Yeah. If the Heat don't max him out, somebody's going to max him out.
Yeah, after this performance, he has to get maxed out by somebody.
Somebody's got to max him out.
But the Heat don't want him to go.
They need to keep that core.
They need to keep that core.
Jimmy Butler is probably the best thing that's ever happened to the Heat.
Yeah. What do you think about Kendrick Nunn?
Kendrick Nunn came out firing.
Came out firing.
I think he was, as a Lakers fan, I was worried about Kendrick Nunn because we lost Avery Bradley and we didn't have that many guards to combat their guards. And Kendrick Nunn is a great guard.
He's a great guard. I think that Kendrick Nunn and Tyler Hero are 2 of the best rookies in the league right now. I'm surprised that Tyler Hero wasn't in the All-Star game for the rookies. That's disappointing to me. And see how he's performed in this playoffs is really disappointing. You know, well, it's not disappointing, but it does make me question what the NBA thinks potential is.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Yeah, I feel that.
You know?
I like that. I feel that. One thing I did want to mention was the Heat won this game, and one thing that I wanted to point out is the Heat have to shoot well, right?
Yeah.
They shot great this game. The Heat shot 37% as a team from the three-point line compared to the Lakers 29% from the three-point line. So I feel like that right there is when they saw, okay, we must shoot well.
Mm-hmm.
Game 4, I feel like the Heat ended up pooping the bed. I feel like they won Game 3. They know what they have to do. They have to shoot well. They went right back to Game 4. They went right back and didn't do that in Game 4. Yeah. So moving on to Game 4.
Game 4.
How do you feel about Game 4, Jaylin?
Well, I love Tyler Hero. I'm gonna keep on bringing up this whole podcast.
I like that.
I'm gonna be consistent with it. Tyler Hero, man, like he really got introduced, you know, with the big body of LeBron James right in the league. Boom, dunked on him. Now I'm like, that's a grown man right there.
That's welcome to the NBA moment.
The NBA moment right there. You know, and on every. Like on almost every play that LeBron had, it was almost like a pick and roll
switch.
You switch, you know, like they wanted
come
to
here,
expose. Come here, I want you in the post right now. Let me back you down. We dunk on you real quick.
Man,
you know, like he wanted to expose that, and that just proves the intelligence of LeBron. Like he sees the matchups and he sees ways to expose the matchups. And he knows what to do. He knows to put the little guy on him so he can expose him.
Lego James. I don't know what to say. Lego James. In Game 4, he put 28 points, 50% from the field, 40% from the three-point line, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. Anthony Davis put a 22-point game, which isn't that impressive for Anthony Davis. He could do more.
He could do way more.
He could do way more. But I feel like something that helped the Lakers a lot was Anthony Davis. He had his 4 blocks. Them 4 blocks help the Lakers get their fast break started. He get that block, kick it out to LeBron. LeBron kick it out to somebody.
And was he first team on defense or second team?
He was first team on defense.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he should have been defensive player of the year.
Oh my gosh.
He got robbed.
Yeah.
Both LeBron got robbed of the MVP.
Oh yeah.
And Anthony Davis got robbed of defensive player of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
And I gotta tip my hat off to KCP. He saved the Lakers with them 4 threes.
Yes. I was gonna bring that up too. Yeah, you got to. He had 15 points coming off. Or he started, right?
Yeah.
He 15 points starting, and you know that's what they need. They need a good 3-point shooter that isn't Danny Green. Apparently, that's what Danny Green came to Lakers to be, was to shoot.
Shoot, Danny Green, come on.
Like I don't like his jump shot. It's like his little flick shot.
And he got that stupid target right there. But you're not hitting nothing.
1 for 8, 0 for 4. Come on now, dude.
And I gotta bring up your guy, Tyler Hero. He had actually a great game.
Yeah.
21 points, 42% from the field, 50% from the 3-point line, and Duncan Robinson shot 60% from the field, 50% from the 3-point line, 18 points.
Yeah,
those two players, they stepped up that game.
The whole Heat team did good. Like the starting 5 did good. Their bench isn't that good to me. They need a better bench if they want to improve. You know, they have Iguodala. Like he isn't going to put up 10.
He's like 40 years old.
He's 40 years old.
He's like 40.
And who else do they have? Solomon Hill. Like come on now, man. like the talent wise from the Heat. Compared to the Lakers, it was not even there.
It just wasn't. It wasn't looking good for the Heat from the start.
Exactly. Like everybody could tell that it was going to be I thought it was going to be quicker. Quite personally, I didn't think that they would get 2 wins in, but they got 2 wins in by the grace of God.
By the grace of God. By the grace of God.
Swear to that, like for real. But they did it.
All right. So let's move on to Game 5, where the Heat got their second win. Talk to me about that game.
He got their second win. Jimmy Butler at 35 points. Duncan Robinson, 26 points. He showed what he could do. He showed that he is butterball from the 3. Butterball from the 3. Better than 50% from the field, too.
Insanely impressive, and 100% from the free throw line. That's how Duncan Robinson needs to play every single game moving forward.
Yeah.
Like how you mentioned, Jimmy had his 35 points, and again, went 12 for 12, perfect from the free throw line.
Perfect.
One thing I gotta, even though they lost, one thing I gotta mention is my guy up here, my guy LeBron James had 40 points
with the tripped up
40 points, 74% from the field,
he was not
67% from the 3-point line, which is insane for LeBron.
Yeah,
he didn't really shoot that well.
Yeah.
And but one thing I do have to mention is hurts my heart is Morris. Marcus Morris.
What about
I have to blame him for the Lakers' loss.
Yeah.
He played 22 minutes, had 0 points and 3 turnovers.
Oh my gosh! Why on the court?
Why is he on the court? Why is he on the court?
Kuzma.
Put in somebody.
Put in somebody else.
Put in somebody.
Come on now, but who else did good? AD had 28 points.
AD.
28 points, 12 rebounds. But the Heat still won. Oh, isn't Game 5 the game where Danny Green missed that wide open shot and he got railed on Twitter and everything else?
Goodness, that's the game that he missed the open shot and then Marcus Morris grabbed the ball and threw it out of bounds.
That's a JR moment.
Oh, that was JR moment. He grabbed the ball.
Moment.
He had LeBron open. He had Danny Green behind him. He had KCP to his left and decided to throw it out of bounds.
5 seconds on the clock.
Oh my
You
goodness!
could have at least
so much time. He could have shot
He could have
himself.
shot the ball. Come on now, man.
That was embarrassing, man.
If you want to be an NBA player, you have to make better decisions than that. You have to know time management. You have to know what to do with the ball and not just be frantic and just throw the ball to whoever you think is the best player on your team. You have to have confidence in yourself in order to make a shot. And he doesn't have that confidence. He has to rely too much on AD and LeBron. And I understand that too.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Those are your best players, but
yeah,
man, you got to do something.
Yeah, you got to do something.
You got to do something better than throw the ball out of bounds.
Like, you could have been the person that put this game away. But
they could have won, right?
They could have won that. But guess what? You gave it away instead.
Man.
Bad decisions.
Man.
Bad decisions, man. Like, you come on.
And I know LeBron was livid after that game. I know
Yeah.
LeBron was livid because you saw the way he came back in Game 6.
Yeah, oh my
Talk
God.
to me about Game 6, Jaylin.
He had 28 points, 10 rebounds. Rondo, my man
Rondo.
19, 75%.
19. That came out of nowhere.
Out of
And
nowhere.
I think that Rondo and KCP, I love LeBron James, 28 points, like I mentioned. Anthony Davis, 19 and 15.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Rondo and KCP were the reason why the Lakers won. The reason why I say that is because Rondo's unexpected 19 points came out of nowhere. That was so much help. Not like that.
Yeah.
Not that like that. KCP, 17 points, 47% from the 3, and 100% from the free throw.
Man.
I think that was huge. So one thing I wanted to point out is both games that the Lakers lost, AD and LeBron were the main 2 contributors.
Mm-hmm.
All games that the Lakers won, it was more than just AD and LeBron.
Yeah, what does that say about AD?
What?
No disrespect to AD, but I don't know what that says. You know, like I think it says that you need a team effort instead of just 2 players.
Yeah,
that's what it really says.
You need a team effort. You can't just have LeBron and AD hitting.
You can't.
That helps a lot. But man, as we saw, the Lakers at some point in the second half, the Lakers took a 36-point lead in Game 6, and I feel like that was because everybody was contributing. LeBron, AD, KCP, Rondo.
Yeah. The game was over from the beginning.
The game was
over from Game 5.
From Game 5, exactly.
LeBron was pissed. He was like, I am not losing anymore. I'm going to put these dudes in the dust. Out of there. And he got him out of there.
He got him out of there, man. All right, one thing that I did want to mention as well was Duncan Robinson, man. He let me down in Game 6.
So did Jimmy Butler.
So, man, I was going to get to that. Go ahead, man. Duncan Robinson and Jimmy Butler, man. In a win or go home situation, Duncan Robinson, he knows you saw he put up the 26-point game.
Yeah.
He knows what he has to do. Game 6, win or go home. What does he do? 10 points. 37% from the 3. He's a career average 40% from the 3. So Duncan Robinson let me down, and so did Jimmy.
Gosh, Jimmy, man.
So did Jimmy.
I was giving you so much praise in Game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. You let me down like that, man.
I think what really happened is he got burned.
He got burnt out. Yeah, most definitely.
He got burnt out. He got burnt out. He only had 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. Only attempted 3 threes and attempted 0 free throws.
Oh, he did what?
He
was not being aggressive. Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to point out was in the Game 5 that they won, he attempted 20 free throws. That right there shows you have to be that aggressive every single game.
Every single game.
And I don't know what happened.
He got tired. That like what you said, burnout. Burnout is a real thing.
He got burnt out, and the Heat, I feel like as a team got burnt out because in Game 6 they had their worst offensive performance all playoffs.
Really,
the entire postseason. They got out in the second quarter. They got outscored by 20 points. Man,
in the second quarter,
that hurt, and
that did hurt.
I hate to bring up your guy, but your guy, he had 7 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and only shot 30% from the field. Man, only made 1 3 all game.
He is a shooter, But sometimes he needs more things to do because if he isn't scoring, what's he good for? He can't play defense.
He's got to put on some weight.
He got to put on some weight.
He got to put on some weight. This offseason, he's going to be in the gym with Giannis or something.
Oh my gosh, with Giannis, he's somebody that could bulk him up a little bit. Even LeBron, someone like that.
Somebody. He better have talked to LeBron after these games.
Do you know who I think? Shapiro, Tyler Hero, and Devin Booker. Because I think that Tyler Hero...
Unlimited buckets.
Unlimited buckets. They're both like, what is Devin Booker, 6'6"?
6'6".
And Tyler Hero's what, 6'4", 6'5"?
6'4", yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Tyler Hero, do you think that his cap is just Devin Booker? Or do you think that he could be better than Devin Booker? What do you personally think?
Ooh, I don't know, because Devin Booker's unlimited. Unlimited buckets.
Yeah.
That's a walking bucket.
That's a walking bucket.
Devin Booker, he can score as a three. He can get to the hoop. He can do all that. I need to see more from Tyler here. I need to see him getting to the hoop.
Yeah.
a little more. Even though he had some good takes to the hoop.
He's a finesser for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I have to ask you,
what's up?
Who do you think was to blame for that Game 6 loss?
Jimmy Butler.
Man.
Sorry, man.
As the best player on your team,
you cannot put up those subpar numbers, those average numbers.
You have to put more than 12 points.
He almost had a triple-double again, but still, you can't put up just 12 points.
You need to have a winner go home.
Winner go home, you have to. But he was burned out, like you said. But you still can't put up only 12 points.
Okay, what do you think is next for the Heat? Do you think they should get the team and just run it back? You think you should try to sign somebody, trade? What do you think?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. I actually don't know. I think that, personally, their best move would be to keep their squad because they have such good chemistry. Like they aren't the best team, like stats-wise, but once they play as a collective,
team?
Like in what game? In game 4, even though they lost, they still had a good game collectively. They still had everybody that's on the team had at least 10 points on the team, like on the game. And I think that's what they really need.
They need to run that. They just need to continue to run that back. Let their team grow.
Yeah,
put Tyler Hero in the gym. Have him in the gym. And I feel like they just should keep their team growing. And they need Kendrick Nunn. Nunn had only 8 points that game 6.
Oh man,
the whole Heat team was just burnt out.
Yeah. Like he is a rookie still, but he still has he still has room to develop. I'm not too worried about him. I think that next year he could take the role as starting point guard. I feel like Goran Dragic is getting kind of old. I think
he is 35.
He's 35 years old. I didn't even know that.
He's 35, but he don't play like he's 35.
Like he's 35, exactly. Like
neither does this guy up here.
Man,
neither does this guy up here.
10 season. That's what we all think. 10 season.
Man, but come on.
But yeah. I think that Nunn has a good chance of taking that starting role next year.
Okay. And what about the Lakers, man? You think the Lakers should just run it? Who do you think the AD is going to resign? Do you think because they have a lot of players that are contracts are up. I'm pretty sure every Bradley's contract is up. AD's contract is up. Rondo's contract is up. I'm pretty sure Kuz's contract is up. Really? So I'm wondering, do you think AD will resign? If not, what will the Lakers' future look like to you?
I think that AD should resign.
He should.
I think he really should, because where else do you see him going? Where honestly, else? I think that the Lakers is the best fit for him, because personally, I like the Rondo and AD duo. Like the pick and roll, get him on the pop out, get him on the alley-oop, on the he could they have so many options with those two together on the floor, because Rondo could do everything on the court. He could see people that are behind him on the side.
Rondo's got vision like crazy.
He has CP3 type vision, probably even better than CP3 vision.
I agree, and I love that you bring that up, because a lineup I love to see all series was when Rondo was on the court, LeBron was on the court, and AD was on the court.
Yeah, because
when it's just AD and LeBron is the one pushing the ball up court, right? But when Rondo's on the court, LeBron gets to run the lanes.
Yes.
He gets to run the lane. So Rondo has LeBron and AD running the lanes.
And then Dwight Howard coming from the back.
That's scary. Dwight Howard had a bounce back here.
Yeah, he did.
That's my guy. Dwight Howard
he deserved this championship.
Exactly.
He really did, because he wasn't going to get it anywhere else.
Exactly.
Think about it. And just to see everybody that that hated LeBron. Rondo hated LeBron, and guess what? LeBron gave him a championship.
He gave him a championship
with the Lakers.
Exactly.
Who the Celtics, quote unquote, hate so much, and are rivals.
Exactly.
I really like that.
But there you have it, though, man. Jalen, I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
We love having you on, man. And man, y'all go get accustomed to Jalen's face, man. He gonna come on the show a lot more. I'm gonna go ahead and drop The Instagram's right here. I'm gonna drop Jaylin's Instagram. I'm gonna drop everybody's Instagram, man. So y'all go ahead and follow the Instagram. Stay tuned for more, man. We got more episodes coming up. And that's it, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And that's it, man. We out here, y'all.
Love the love, fam.
All right, y'all.